people. Whatever. Let's vote. As you can see, there's two votes in the woods actually. So we're in the woods. Actually, I'm supposed to remove this because this is basically elimination. So it's gonna be a little bit glitchy. Let's see. Let's kill those losers. Got us sword fighting guys. Oh, let's kill them. Alright, so welcome back to another tutorial on reactive metal. Now today we're gonna be making a team-based game. It's actually a part 2. So someone suggested me this to make, since I made 2 separate tutorials on a voting system and a team-based round system, and also in addition with that the winners list GUI thingy-majingy. Anyways, so someone suggested me to do a combination of the two. So this is more like a part 2 or a finale, an entire game tutorial rather than one specific thing. So as you can see, remember my maps right here, these terrible maps I made. Yeah, so basically what we've done is we have these 3 maps. You have multiple maps, and you want to make a voting system so you can let the players choose what map they want. And so there's a round system. It counts down, right, teleports all the players to the map that has been voted. And that's pretty much it. I actually did do some stuff. I did make a few changes, which will be essential. So we have some spawns. Actually, I'm gonna show you this later. So let's actually remove all of these. Let's move on. So let's see these. This is your normal map right here. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna put a model that I made. So this is an entire kit I made. So it's gonna be the 2-team game with voting system kit. I'm gonna put this in the description if I remember correctly, or if I remember to do that. So these are some. Let's ignore this. So we have the script. Now this is the main round system script. Now you have a ton of stuff. Okay, so bear with me right here. Let's first put this in script service, and this is gonna run in the server script service. There's gonna be another one, voting system. Put this also in server script service. So this is the voting. This is mostly for the voting, or mainly, and also for teleporting the players to the random map. We're gonna have the teams, so you can see the soccer balls. These are the teams. Select these. I know this is probably not in the best organization. I don't know why it's like that, but I think it's because it's alphabetical order. Yeah, it's weird. So put this in teams. If you can see this right here, so put this right here in teams. If you don't see this, sometimes you won't actually see this in your Explorers tab. Make sure you insert it through Advanced. Click the gears and then insert your teams right here. It should be somewhere here. Anyways, those are your teams. Now we have blue team, lobby team, red team. Now these are, I mean, you can change them. So if you want this instead to be green team, like this, you can do this. Make sure you don't change any of the settings, except of course the team color. You can change that. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're gonna change it to blue because a lot of the scripts that are modified in are or not really. I mean, if you change the team, I think that you'll be okay, except it might be confusing if you read the scripts, because the scripts I've written it as the teams were like blue and green. You probably don't understand anything, but whatever. So the other teams, let's see. So you have the blue spawns, the red spawns. These are for the map. For each map, there's going to be a set of spawns. There's going to be a group of spawns for each team. So there's a blue spawn. There'll be like a group. You can duplicate these if you want. To add more spawns, that's fine. You don't really need to change the folder, even though if you change the team color, you don't really need to change the name. That won't matter because it won't show, right? Because if you want to change it, you also have to change the script and whatever. You don't want that mess. So the map, this is the folder for the maps. So this actually along with, let's see, the in round right here, this will be detecting whether or not the game is currently in a round, or when the game is currently in the lobby, or during an intermission or something like that. The status will be the string value for what will appear on the text label that you'll see during the game. So it should be on the top of the screen. So for example, how many seconds left until the round ends, or how many seconds left until a round will start. That's what we'll be saying. So you have some remote events. round end. This will fire when the round has ended, and this will be for the GUI, the winners list GUI that we made a tutorial on. Okay, vote reset. Vote reset is for after a round. After a round starts, it'll reset the votes. And voted is not sure. Oh, that's for the button, the voting button. Okay, and blue frame, main frame, and red frame. These are for, you don't really, I think you also don't have to change the name for these. But this is for the winner list at the end of the round. Actually, oops, that's not how I'm supposed to do it. Okay, sorry, that was by accident. And all of this, you need this in replicated storage. Right, so this is where the maps will be. So let's say you have all of these maps. Let's copy and paste these maps here. Well, this is what you want after you finish everything, right? But if you still want to work, if you still need to work on it, of course you can put it in workspace. But after you're done, you want it in this folder. The blue spawns, red spawn, these will be the maps. Same with can be voted. This is a value for the map. You might what it should have done is actually make a folder for the variables. But I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. Voted, this will be in a starter GUI. This is a local script that will be only for the client. And same for the screen GUI. This is a screen GUI. And this is for the status that will be on the screen. So you have this start GUI and the screen GUI. This is a label song. This is basically the status. And yeah. So now the only thing we have left is actually these two, which should be the voting, the actual model for the voting thingy, voting place, and the lobby spawn. This is the spawn for the lobby. Not an actual spawn. It's basically a teleport where the players will be teleported to, like after each round ends, something like that. Yeah, okay. Let's make this look good. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, put this up here, and let's put a spawn right here. Okay, doesn't really matter. So you have this right here, voting session. It has, I already explained it, so you should actually I should have said this in the beginning, but pretty much each section of this game I already made an entire video on, so I kind of explained it more better in those videos, so you should probably watch them. Even though I'm not the best at explaining, you should still watch it just to get a better idea of what you're doing. And yeah, so make sure you have everything in the right place, because like if you have one thing out of place, the entire thing will break, so you don't want that to happen. And yeah, okay, so the voting says okay. Now let's get to the maps. Now let's say we have one map right here, the woods. This is your normal map right here. I erased everything, so this is like from scratch. I made yeah, whatever. So you have nothing right here yet, but you want to add values and spawns. So you have the blue spawn right here, the red spawn right here. So from the two teams, again, you don't really have to change the name of it. Yeah, you don't really have to change the name of it, because it really already indexed the you know what, I'm not going to explain this because it's going to be too confusing. So we're going to get all of these, the blue spawns, red spawns, can be voted value, and the image value. All of these, you want them inside each of these models. So let's see, the woods, I have this model right here. Okay, so I'm going to explain what these two are. So the can be voted is whenever game, so there's three sets, so there's three maps you can vote inside the session right here. So whenever a game picks one for this session, we want it to only appear once. So we don't want woods here and woods also here. So we want to tell the game, well, we already put one map. So for example, if it's woods, we already put woods in this area, in this choice right here, in this option. We don't want to put it again, so we only choose it once. So and the next one, we want to choose a different map as an option. And yeah, that's pretty much it. An image is if you want to put an image right here. What you want to do? Okay, I want to explain how you can do this. So instead of the ID, it doesn't work if you put the raw ID in it. So go to my images. So I made some images right here. Don't. Okay, what the hell? Yeah. Whatever. So when you copy asset ID, what we want to do is get any image label. Go to their image. You want to paste in. So like as you can see, the RBX asset ID, you want it to convert to this. So this is the raw ID right here. You press enter, and then you can see it convert. This is what you initially want. The RBX asset ID, not the raw ID with only the numbers. And when you get that, right, you want to put this inside the image value. This basically assigns the map with its own image, so they can appear in the option thingy, in the sign right here. So for example, if this is woods, you see the picture of the woods. And yeah. Now let's get to the spawns. So the spawns, you have two of them, or the set of spawns I should say. So for example, the blue spawns, or I should have kept it like that, but whatever. Okay, so you want to put them on each side if you want. Usually that's what they do in team games. Put one on each, put a group of spawns on each side. So it's more randomized, of course. So essentially what the voting script does, it chooses a random spawn here whenever it's time to spawn the players. It chooses a random spawn, and it teleports each player to a random spawn and around, not the exact same position as each part, but around the same position, using math.random. So same for the response. Let's put it in one side here. Okay, this is, and obviously you want all of them inside the model itself. So you want to paste inside the model, in case you don't know that. But yeah. So let's put this down here. Alright, this is good enough. Maybe. Alright, this is good enough. So you have one side is the blue side, and the other side is the red side, the red team. If you want, you can maybe add like a green, not green part, like a red and blue part. I'm not sure. Should I do that? So let's say you have the red side. You can clearly see where's the red side. Okay, so the red side, you have this, and then the blue side like this. Now, what this essentially is more of a elimination type of round, not a round where you can keep on dying during the round. So when you die, you only really die once. There is a way. So if, for example, if you want the player to spawn again, what you want to do is basically you can add this to spawns. So for example, the team color, it's important to know the team color. Actually, the blue team, just change it to dark black. So for dark blue, you want to make a spawn inside this model that's also the same color as a team color, and that way the game will know that someone with this team color will spawn in that spawn location with the same color as a team color. I know it's confusing, but let's duplicate this spawn location, put it inside here, paste into. So I think I just want to show an example, but we're not really doing this in this tutorial. So this spawn location, we go to the brick color and we change it to a dark blue. Make sure it's the same exact color as the team color. So whenever someone dies that's in the blue team, they will spawn in this spawn location. That's the if you want that. It might work. Actually, this will work if you're in a big server. So if you die once, it probably won't matter because you will probably have other teammates that will still be alive. So because the way I scripted it is if one team has 0 players left, the game will end. So I mean, you can kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to say. So let's say this will probably work. So the real red is the same team color as the red team, and yeah. But I think that's enough for this map right here. And by the way, if you didn't know, I did the same exact thing with all other maps, so that's why. So the desert, I have the same exact thing. I already did it before I recorded, just so to save time. I don't want you guys to get bored. Anyways, Now, I'm not sure if there's anything I left out. I might explain the scripts, but I already explained the scripts in the original tutorials. So for the voting tutorial, I already made an explanation of this for the voting tutorial, um, or for for that video. I already made 2 videos on the round system. I explained a lot of that. And also, so the last thing we want actually is don't question my models. Don't question my okay. The overhead name tag. This is for the yeah. So this is for the team. So you want if you don't actually have to put this in, but it's actually better since usually in team-based games you have like an you want to know like who's in the blue team, and you want to visually tell who's the blue team, who's the red team. So I made this name tag GUI, this overhead GUI, basically changes color to whatever your team is, and this works with the round system and the voting system scripts. So you want to put this in replicated storage, and there's going to be one here, the name tag. This is a script that will be this is a script that you want to put in starter character script, so this will be played in, or this will be run inside the player. And yeah, so basically what this does, get the car. So since this is a starter character script, the script apparent will be equal to the character of the player. So whenever they spawn, they'll have a overhead GUI. And what we'll do is name. So the name tag, by the way, is, so I can show you it right here using a dummy. We use dummy. So if you insert inside the head of the dummy, okay, made this paste into. So this is how it will look like. So we parent the name tag. So this is the name tag right here. We parent it inside the head. We change the name to the name of the character, which is the same as the name of the player. So we can just do that. Idoni, I also don't know what that is, but I just did that anyways. And yeah, and the reason why I parented the last I parented after the previous things is because usually if you want what you want to do is kind of what it does is basically cause less lag, since you're setting all these values before you're parenting it, and when you're parenting it, it affects the server, or well, it's caused in the server. That's why it might cause a bit more lag, but it's obviously not that big of a deal. I don't think so. It is, anyways. And a human, we get the humanoid card that we for humanoid that is displayed distant type is none. This just removes, so if you know the default name tag, in Roblox, we just want to remove that just so it doesn't, like, it looks weird with the overhead GUI at the same time. You don't want that. Anyways, but yeah, so hopefully this will work in our first try. I'm gonna actually get some players to play it with me. Now if you go on, let's see, let's go to the let's see. So this is the round system script. You should watch my round system videos, tutorials, or something like that. Just to get an idea of how this works. Actually, that was my most viewed video so far. It only has 2,000 views, but that's pretty good actually for a small channel. Anyways, I'm going to this, and this is a repeat loop. So whenever you want to start a round, you want a minimum amount of players. So if you want a minimum amount of players, like 2 minimum amount of players, you want to change this to 2, so on. This repeat loop, as you can see, repeat with 1 until status value. You want to set that to 2 more players needed for a round to start, until number of game.players are children, with the number of players in the server is greater than or equal to 2. You can change it to 3 if you want, 4. But yeah, well, you also have to change the status that value to when you set it. And yeah, it only works at the start of the round though, so maybe, I'm not sure, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. it's not, I don't say it's big of a deal, but sometimes like a player can leave, so you can encounter that problem. But every time a game will start, not a game will start, a round system will start from the beginning. We'll check. So at most it might be glitched one time or something. If you understand what I'm saying. Um, whatever, whatever. And yeah, I guess we test it out solo first, and then we're gonna test it out with a team. That'd be rare. Actually, we'll get a entire server full of people. That'd be real cool. So there's the name tag. Boom. So it's just two more players. Let's actually get a server full of people. Let's get all my friends, and let's see how cool this game will be. So right now, blue team just won. So we have 4 guys, 4 of our buddies. We're gonna test it out. So we have some voting systems right here, and we're gonna end off with a sword fight to the death. So we're gonna do whatever, desert, I guess. Desert is pretty cool. That's like where I live. No, I'm joking. Okay, it's gonna be pretty. Oh, someone just joined right now. Bacon Drip. Hi. I don't know him. Lol. Anyways, we're gonna see how this works. Now I scripted some of the weapons, but that's kind of separate to the initial video. Oh, I didn't kill him. Let's see. Oh no! Wait, where did he go? GG ratio. That was so good, guys. That was so good. That was so good. Oh my god, that was so good.